Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We are back again, and it's time for the Thursday banger. It's time for the Thursday banger, y'all. That's a lock. It's time for the Thursday banger, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start my videos off, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out there working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out there with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to listen to in the morning times, man. And I promise y'all, there's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. All I ask is one thing, and that's for y'all to just stay out the way, man. That's it. That's all I want you to do, man. Stay out the way. For real, man, that's not asking for a lot. I just don't want to see y'all go to the same place I was at, man. Like the dudes that already been locked up before, that be watching my channel, like, y'all already know how it is in there, man. Like, even if you out here breaking the law still trying to get past the best way you can. I know it's a rough world, man, but like, I'm telling you, man, anything beats going back to this place, man. Anything beats going back to that place. Like, and that's all I be trying to tell y'all, man. Like, it's bad out here, but anything beats going back to prison. Is worse than prison. You serve no purpose in prison. When you leave and you leave your family, man, behind, you serve no purpose after that, man. Now, you're going to try to start your own life in there and try to catch some motion in there the best way you can, but that's all you can do because you're out of touch once you get locked up, man. And that's all I be trying to do is just save y'all from that reality, man. So if you don't want to listen to me, it's up to y'all, man. But if you're staying out the way, you living a great life, man, it's a great life. Everybody knows how this feels if you really staying out the way, man. Like, it's a great feeling to know that you don't have no problem with the law. Like, I'd rather have a problem with the ops than the law. You know what I mean? So, like, I wake up good, feeling good every morning, man. And I don't have those problems, man. I just be wanting y'all to feel the same way. That's it, man. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is the Thursday banger game. So what I need y'all to do this one. Like, share, subscribe. That's why y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. What? It's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called His Plan Backfired. Part 1. Crazy situation, crazy story. Y'all already know how it is in prison. Like I always tell y'all, man, anything goes, man. Anything can happen. That's just how prison is. It's very unpredictable, man. Sometimes you definitely don't know what's going to happen the next day, man. Like, you'll see situations that is crazy, man. I have seen a lot of situations I was in. I have seen a lot of situations that I witnessed that just been crazy, man. Like, you have guys in there that are just, you know, they'll try to think they smarter than the next person, man, to make their situation better. And all the times, it don't always turn out that way, man. It turns out bad. But you have dudes that think they smarter than everybody in there, man. And sometimes things backfire on them, man. But with that being said, though, we are on Lawrenceville for this, y'all. We are on Lawrenceville. And I can remember being in the 30 building for this one, man. And for real, I'm at the point now in my bid, kind of like, you know, if it ain't about motion, if it ain't about a dollar, if it ain't about trying to make some money for we can stay relevant on this compound and like trying to stay relevant on the compound. I know y'all thinking like, why is you worrying about that? Because if you relevant, man, like it makes your time go by faster, man. It makes you have purpose about something. It gives you something to do. You know what I mean? If you got some motion going on, man, like it's like having your own little business in prison. So like, that's why I chase, man. Like, so if it wasn't about that at this particular time right here, man, I really didn't want to talk about nothing, man. I didn't have no rap. You could be from my town. You could be a dude I knew from back in the day. You could be somebody I knew from prison since I've been bitten. You know what I mean? If it wasn't about the motion, man, I ain't really want to hear it, man. Like, it was to a point like that. And the reason why it was like that, man, because I was just at a time that I was really spoiled in the block, man. Like, for real, it was some dudes in there getting in. It was some dudes in there that was getting on. And for real, once they went down, that kind of put a damper on the camp. Because they took away a lot of the heavy hitters that this lady was bringing the pack to. So like when all these people locked up and the lady gone and all that, it was like Lawrenceville came to like a slight drought on my side of the yard. Not really drought, but it just was harder to find stuff. Like you would have to run it down the other side, stuff like that. So around this time right here, this is when I'm trying to really find my way of a situation. I'm just trying to make something better, man. I'm trying to put some money in my pocket, man. I'm trying to be relevant in this in the compound. Like I'm telling y'all, like this is around that time. So that's why my whole attitude was like, yo, if you ain't really trying to get no bread, I don't want to hear it. So that's all me and my homeboys was trying to figure out a way to win. You know what I mean? So we're trying to put it together. Everything was straight. Everything was straight, man. So like I couldn't really put it together the way I wanted to, man, because for one, I had just lost a job. Now with me losing a job, that was crazy too at the same time, because that was more like my second job that I lost right there. So I'm in hunts for another job, but it don't make sense to really find another job until I find some motion, because if you're not out there getting no money, you know what I mean? Like you gotta pay for your phone. Like, I wasn't one of those dudes. Like I'd rather have like a phone when I got something going on. You know what I mean? I done had it when I ain't got nothing going on, but like if I'm out looking for one, it's usually I gotta play, you know what I mean, that's brewing, or it's something in the cut. But around this time, there's nothing. You know what I mean? So I have no phone, so I'm just trying to figure it out. Now, it was this one dude in there, man. I ain't even gonna say what city he was from. He was from Tidewater, though. You know what I mean? He was from Tidewater. We're gonna call this dude Nate. Now, Nate was a cool young boy. I ain't gonna lie, he was a little younger than me. Y'all know I'm in my I'm about 30, you know what I mean, at this time. I'd say about 30, 29, 30 around this time. But he definitely was in his early 20s. But he was on the camp. He wasn't a red team member. He wasn't a blue team member. He wasn't none of the above, you know what I mean? And he used to always like to come around us and mess with the Lala. Now, his city used to rock with him, but to a certain extent, they didn't really like, you know what I mean, too much deal with him, too crazy. There weren't a lot of people for real from his city that was in my block at this particular moment anyway. But like, he just was a quiet, kind of like a fly dude, you know what I mean? He had a little swag to him and everything. Like, he just didn't have the resources to be who he wanted to be. Now, you can tell who Nate wanted to be. Nate wanted to be one of those dudes that's gonna book a CO. You know what I mean? And the reason why I say that is because he loved talking to the women. You know what I mean? Even if they was just telling him to get out his face. Like, he just was always talking to him, like taking the chance, going up, standing where they at, like just by the child hall, anywhere. Like, he would shoot his shot. You know what I mean? He wasn't no lame looking dude, pause, you know what I mean? But he just was one of those dudes that just was down on women so much, man. Like, I knew it was a matter of time before he strike. But even if he do strike, I looked at him like he don't got hustle in his bones. Like, it don't look like he's a hustler to me. Now, everybody want to hustle once they see how hustling is when they come to Lawrenceville Penitentiary, because they see it's easy. Like, yo, if I can get some work, I can just sell it. Dudes give me numbers. I get my peoples. It's the easy process once you figure it out. So once people be like never hustled and be finding out how you do it on Lawrenceville, dudes used to try to do it. So I know he done watched for a while back when it was motion in our pod. From when he got up there and them dudes that just went down, I was telling y'all about who was the plug. You know what I mean? He seen all that, so he knew the count because he used to spend money with them. He liked the Lala. So now, like, you know, with him all in the women face, like I say, it was a matter of time for he strike. But if he do strike, what was he going to do with it? Nobody knew. I didn't know. But I used to always see him talking to this lady. Now, this lady he used to talk to, she used to work out building, or she'll work 40 building. She kind of used to be back and forth from 30 to 40. You know what I mean? She'd be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. She will work kind of any shift she wanted. You might see her in the day shift. You might see her do a double in the evening. Like, you wouldn't see her on the late night, but you would see her probably in the morning or in the evening. You know what I mean? That's when you would see this lady. Now, we're going to call her Miss F. Miss F was slim. She probably was like 33, you know what I mean? She was like 33, 34 or something like that. You know what I mean? You could tell she had a little baby or something, you know what I mean? She had a little gut, little small little gut. She had this look, you know, she ain't look green, but like, she just look like one of those ladies that you already know she probably already booked. Like, dudes be having women already up there on the low, and you don't be finding out till later on because, man, women don't be lasting on Lawrenceville, man. Like, real talk, man. So, like, for real, I didn't know this lady business. I wasn't inquiring about this lady business. I didn't know nothing about her. That only thing that she did is work out building. You know what I mean? So, with her working out building, you know what I mean? Like, she'll be cool with it. Like, I used to be able to 229, shoot over my man on block for a second, move around. She wouldn't care about none of that. So, she was one of those type of officers. She didn't care about the smell of the la-la. She didn't care about dudes 229ing. She didn't care about nothing except everybody locked down when it was time to lock down. That's the only thing she cared about. So the whole time she used to work out building, all you would see is Nate down on the top. You know what I mean? Nate over there spitting, blah, 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 blah. He's spitting at her. But I can remember my homeboy from the town, man. Like, for real, he had rocked with Nate too. You know what I mean? And I remember he pulled up on Nate. He was just judging, like, what's up, Nate? He was like, look, man, what's up, man? Won't you go ahead and get her to bring it back? You always in her face. Because, see, Nate will pull up Nate would pull up at the crate. He was kind of like bro man from the 5th floor as a young dude. Like we'll be ducked off in my homeboy room with the wine, got the la going around, and he'll come, hey, Weezy. I'm like, you know, he'll call my homeboy who just asked him the question, and then we be like, what's up? He be like, hey, oh, y'all partying. Let me party, bro. I got a feezy. Come on, let me party. Next thing you know, he up in the party, you know what I mean? We used to joke about him being kind of like bro man from the 5th floor, how he used to crash the parties, man. But for real, my homeboy was on him. He was like, yo, what's up, man? Get her to bring the pack. You all in her face every day. So Nate was like, man, like she'll do it, man. Like I ain't scared to ask her. You like, man, you scared, man. So he done got a couple drinks in him. He feeling good. He done hit the la. So now we like, yo, like, man, do it then. Go see what she want. Go see what she want, bro, to bring the pack, bro. Tell her you got 500, bro. You know what I mean? So he like, man, so we done hyped him up. So he done had the drink. Like I said, he went to the sink. He poured some water in the cup. He chugged the water. Oh, he gargled the water. Cause you know we drinking the wine. That wine dumb strong. That junk won't help anyway. He gargled the water. He was like, he went out. He went down the steps. Cool as he was upstairs. He went down the steps. He was like, he seen her. She was right there by the brick wall. He was like, all you seen was this. He was like, she facing this way. He facing her like this. He like, I said, look, we on the door. We like, everybody on the door like, look at Nate. Nate a maniac, man. So he's spitting though. So he talked to her for a minute. So he finally come back up there. When he finally come back up to the room, he like, there was some other dudes in there too. Me and my man, he was like, she ain't trying to do that, man. She ain't trying to do that, but that's my bae though. Yeah, that's my bae though. Like, man, Nate, that ain't your bae. If that was your bae, she'll do something. He was like, watch, like, I'm telling you, man, that's my bae. Looked at him like, man, for real, I ain't say I didn't believe him, but all I know is, man, like, he ain't come back up there saying the magic words. She gonna bring that packet to y'all, so boom. That's what I wanted to hear, man. Like, everything else was, like, that was a blur, because I was buzzing. You know what I mean? We up there partying, I was buzzing at the time, so time go by. Finally, pull up on me and my man. Probably about a week later, he pull up on me and my man. He like, yo, hey, look, man, go to the round table. We like, wait, he like, man, sit down. So we sit down at the table, like, what's up? We thought he was about to tell us he beefing with somebody. He was like, man, look, I can get her though, bro. He was like, she like me. He was like, man, she like me, man. For real, she like me for real though, bro. But like, I can get her though, bro. It's just one problem. I'm like, what? He was like, hey, Weezy, you high off the la-la? He was like, you good off the la-la? I was like, yeah, we just finished the la-la. What's up, though? He was like, I know you want to burn a bogey. I know you want a bogey. I was like, you got a bogey? He was like, let's go to your room. I was like, man, I ain't say no more. Tell my homeboy, come on. So we go up the steps, we like this. I'm happy. I'm like, he got a bogey? I ain't had no bogey. I'm like, he got the bogey game? Get up the steps, hit the corner, walk to my cell. Sally was in there, I didn't care. Hey, what's up, brother? You know, all right. He on the top rack. You know what I mean? Going to jump. He like, he pointed at my celly with his head. I'm like, hey, Sally, hey, look, let me get the room right fast, man. I was like, I ain't gonna be probably about 30 minutes, man. He was like, you good. He jumped down, he slid, you know what I mean? When he slid, Nate was like, Nate with his pocket pull out the Cadillac 100s. He pulled out a pack of Newport 100s, the long joints. Pack was super long. I'm like, bro, you walking around with the pack, bro? He was like, man, give me a light. I said, throw me a cigarette. He was like, He threw my homeboy one. He was like, man, where you get these jumps from? He was like, who you think? I told you she my baby. I was like, oh, word? He was like, yeah. He was like, man, look, that's what I was saying. He was like, man, like, she'll rock with me, man. Like, she just scared, dude. I'm like, scared of what? He like, man, don't say nothing about this, bro. Cause she was like, nobody knew. I'm like, when he said that, I'm like, I wasn't expecting him to say what he was about to say. I'm gonna say that. You know what I mean? But like, I didn't know where this was going. He like, don't say nothing. I'm like, she brought him cigarettes. We want the real package. Like, what's the problem with that? That's like, I wanted to cut to the chase to that. What's up with the real package? Can we get the la-la game? That's what I really wanted, you know what I mean? But I let him finish the story. He like, man, look. Man, she fucked with the dude down there in the red team, 40 building. I was like, who? We're gonna call this dude Blaze. He was like, the dude Blaze from such and such. I'm like, oh, word. Like, the dude he talking about, Blaze, he's not from Norfolk. He was from Tidewater though, but he was one of those red team members that kind of quiet, You know what I mean? He got his respect. You know what I mean? Roll around, like quietly, probably get into the bag. And like, it made sense. The way he moved, this all made sense. This lady, she ain't hot or nothing. Something she talked to goddamn little Nate Maniac ass. But it all started making sense to me. Like, I'm like, oh, word. I'm like, oh, yeah. He like, yeah. He's like, oh, she fuck with Blades. She be like, yeah, she fuck with Blades. He was like, but she like me too, though. You know what I mean? She like, man, she stuck in between the middle. Like, but she can't just leave him out back because she already started everything with him. So I'm like, what we doing with him? I'm super nosy now. Y'all like, what you be doing with him? He like, man, she be bringing a la-la. I'm like, for real, bro? He like, yeah. He said, she bring a la-la. Man, you know, she brought me these. So I'm pretty sure she giving them these too, but she gave me these just, you know, just to look out the other day. I'm like, bro, for real, man? He like, yeah. He was like, man, but for real though, man, like she like me though, man. She just, you know, she be telling me everything about the dude Blaze. She like she think Blaze just like, she don't agree with him being on the red team. Like she like everything and love everything about him. She just don't love that he's on the red team. So I'm like, yo, that's not gonna change, bro. Look like he's never leaving his team. Like his team is set for life. He's not gonna be nobody that's gonna dip on the red team. You know what I mean? Like this is what he do. So I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Like, yeah, bro. He like, man, I done tried to holler at her, bro. I told her we would give her $1,000, Weezy. Like, I just threw that number out there just to see if she'll bite. I ain't got no money. I just wanted to see if she was gonna bite. I said, man, she still clapped it. He was like, yeah, so my homeboy over there hitting his Newport. He like, it look like you got a dilemma. Yeah, dude from the red team Blaze down there in your way. So I looked at bro, I'm like, yo, bro, like, look, man, like that shit, bro, out of his hand. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do nothing about her already in a situation with a dude. She's already in a situation with a dude. Like, that's how it be, man. Like, y'all gotta understand, like, this is how prison operates, man. Like, you have a compound, you know what I mean? The compound, I'm gonna speak for Lawrenceville. You have a compound. The compound has two sides of the yard. It has two sides. It has the north side and the south side. I'm on the north side. 30, 40, 50 building. That's 3 buildings. They got 3 pods in it, man, that hold over 80 inmates, man. So that's how many people in each building. So that's how many people is on one side of the yard. The same setup for the other side. The other side of the yard is 60, 70, and 80 building. The same routine. Same amount of people, same amount of pods, man. So if a lady comes to work, like, she might get bagged in 60 building. You know what I mean? But she might end up doing her doubles because they all chasing the money doing overtime just like anybody else with a regular job. When they do their doubles or whatever, they extras or overtime, whatever you want to call it, she might be in 30 building. So she might get booked over there too. So she gonna have a couple of boos. That's just how it go. I have seen this several times since I've been on Lawrenceville. A female CEO with a couple of boos. You know what I mean? Like, it be like that now. How messy it can get real messy because these dudes don't know nothing, no better, except they gotta try to fight each other over this lady, y'all. So boom. That's how it always turn out. Like dudes don't ever think about it like, yo, we need to work together and like, let's just keep winning. No, dudes get all the way super territorial when it comes to that, and they crash. They don't even think like, yo, if I work together with this dude, because this girl is not even our girl. That she rock with him when he in 60 building. She rock with me when she in my building. But when she go home, she messing with Jody. You know what I mean? So like at the end of the day, like she's neither one of our girls. I never ever, y'all, out my whole bid, even on Sussex too, when I first got in prison, I never seen dudes work together when it comes to a situation like this. Every time it's a situation like this, dudes trying to destroy each other, man. So like my homeboy kind of throwing those thoughts into Nate's head. And like I was gonna holler at him about that, right? But I'm just waiting for Nate kind of like, you know what I mean? So Nate like, man, look, I don't even want nobody to know I got these Cadillacs. My homeboy was like, you want me to pump them for you? He was like, yeah. Tell dudes you want $10 a stick. He was like, look, he gave him 10 junks. You know, he gave us one. He had one, and you know what I mean? So he got 3. So he had like 7 long joints. He had like 7 Cadillacs left to himself. So my homeboy was like, all right, I got you. So we all left out, you know what I mean? So we left out the room and shit. We talking. I'm standing down there like, I'm really thinking like, damn, like that shit crazy. Like he right there to get in the package. Like right there. Like, you know what I mean? Like the lady, I see him talking to the lady. The lady always talk to him. But like at the end of the day, she got a whole nother dude, man. So like, I'm worried about Nate because I don't want Nate to get tangled up into the red team stuff. Like, I don't want to get tangled up to the red team stuff, man. But he still got to be careful, man. Like, you know, Nate never been in a situation like this, man. So my homeboy out there pumping the junk for him. Everything was going smooth. So I don't know who had found out, but something that happened when we was coming back from lunch the next day. We was coming back from lunch the next day, man. This is my word. We coming back from lunch. We look up, we see the red team members from 40 building kind of lingering. You know what I mean? Like, you'll see that because it's red team members in our building, blah, blah, blah. I'm not worried about nothing. I know my man not. You know what I mean? But we get to walking, and as we get to walking, you see the red team member. He from Norfolk. He knew my man more than he knew me. He ain't know me like that. We knew each other and would speak, but he didn't know me like that. He knew my man. They got the Cadillacs that's selling the joints for Nate. He looked at bro. He was like, "Hey, me holler at you, Phil." Like, what's up? He pulled up. He was like, "Hey, look, you selling Cadillacs?" So my homeboy was like, yeah, what's up? You need something? He was like, nah. I was just making sure. He docked him up. You know what I mean? So we look, we like, so as he get back over where I was at, I was like, what'd he say? He was like, he said, you got some Cadillacs. I was like, I thought that's what he said. I was like, why he asked you that? He was like, I don't know. I thought he was trying to buy something. I'm like, I don't know, bro. So we start walking. We get closer to 30 building. You know what I mean? We get to 30 building, walking the joint. We see they kind of lingering right there still. So the CO made them leave. You know what I mean? CO made them dip, but we got rec coming up anyway. So we all standing by the door. And I start thinking some more. I'm like, yo, bro, I seen bro again. When he finished making a pluck at the door, I'm like, yo, look, why you think bro don't pull up on you, ask you about that? He was like, man, I don't know. That junk was suspicious though as I think about it. So as he's saying that, Nate walked up. Nate was like, what was suspicious? He was like, yo, the red team members pulled up on bro and asked him that he had Cadillacs for sale. He was like, which red team members? Told him who it was. He was like, oh, he be with Blaze. Yeah, that's Blaze, homie. I'm like, for real, man? He was like, yeah. So we chilling. So we just brushed it off. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't a whole lot we can do. It ain't a whole lot we can do. So we brushed it off, gang. You know what I mean? Ladies said, stand by for outside rec. Stand by for outside rec. So we get ready. You know what I mean? Everybody get their stuff together. Pandemonium in the pod. Exit for rec. We go outside. You know what I mean? We go outside. They got us 40 building, like the yard be bootleg because you can just linger and just get on the yard, you know what I mean? So when we about to come on the yard, we see dudes lingering, but we see them get on the yard as we walking down because the gate open. They went on and got on the yard. So we come on the yard, when I looked, it was the red team member. So I went about my business this way, talking to my homeboy. I went on the other way by the fence, by the school, screamed through the fence, hollered at my man on the other side of the yard for a second. You know what I mean? Caught some dudes going to the school building over there. Like, I'm on that side, so I'm not really in the front part where our building is at. As I come around, my man get my attention, the one that's selling the Cadillacs, and he like, so I see him like, so I walk over there. He kind of closer to the court. So I'm like, what's up? He like, hey, look how them dudes surrounding Nate, man. So I look, Nate on the fence like this. Nate got his back to the fence. It's like 3 red team members like right there. They talking to him, you know what I mean? So like it didn't look dangerous. It didn't look like they was like on some BS with it, but like they had him like at the, you know what I mean? They had him at the joint like that. So I'm like, damn, somebody, yo, I tell bro, I'm like, yo, I ain't finna let them bank, bro, man. Like, you know what I mean? It ain't going down like that. He was like, damn, right. He was like, look, if it get crazy, we going over there. He was like, but they ain't gonna do nothing, though. I'm like, man, we gonna see. So they talked to him. You know what I mean? Rec was over with. They talked to him all the way till Rec was over with. So we dip. We catch Nate when we get back in the building. He get back to the building. We get in the building. I see Nate. I'm like, what's up? He like, man, yo, man. He was like, I was scared to death, Weezy. I was like, you was scared? He was like, yeah, man. I can't beat those dudes, man. Dudes will beat my ass. He was like, I'm a shooter, Weezy. I ain't no damn fighter. I'm like, what'd he say, man? He like, man, he said, like, he know I'm messing with Miss F. You know what I mean? He was like, she bring him the cigarettes. Damn, he said that was his shit. I said, what you say? He was like, man, I told him Miss F ain't bring me that shit. I was like, damn, like, I already know he welling, but I'm like, damn, right. That was the right thing to say, bro. I was like, don't admit to that shit. He was like, man, nigga was, I told him, bro, I holler at all the bitches. He was asked, he said, this nigga asked me who was my roller. He said, man, I asked that nigga, who was your roller? He said, he ain't want to say nothing. Then he was like, man, look, I ain't worrying about them niggas though, man, but they think this because they got all the numbers and all that shit. You know what I mean? He was like, if I had Miss F would be having us, we would be in this joint like the people that just got tore off, Weezy, this would be our compound. So I started thinking, I'm like, damn, man. I'm like, yo, like for real though, man, like, I ain't trying to knock nobody hustle, man. Like, but B got a point though, like for real, like back then, like I told y'all, like it was kind of messed up because the plug had just got tore off. So like for real, if somebody else could fill that void, man, there's a lot of money to be made, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie, man. My joint started going like Scrooge McDuck. I seen money signs, y'all, so boom. The hell? I said, yo, bro, look, we gotta go back to the round table, man. I said, let me holler at you. Told my homeboy, like, man, what's up, man? I was like, look, bro, for real though, man. I said, bro, you just gotta take the joint. I said, bro, listen, money talks, bro. I said, bro, I can get $300. I said, how much money you can get? He was like, man, I can get about 200. I said, all right, that's 500. I said, look, we get 500, bro. I said, bro, give her 500, bro. Tell her, goddamn, you give her 500, man. See what she'll do, man. Fuck that shit, bro. Like, it's enough for everybody. Like I wasn't trying to do no malicious shit, but I'm just like, still though, like, my man got her too. Like, she can be bagged by 2 people. I seen this happen. The people that just got towed off, this was what going on. This lady had a dude in every building. You know what I mean? So I have seen shit like this work out. So I'm looking at it as a fucking prison business, man. And I'm like, yo, everybody can eat, B. Everybody can eat. So I'm like, yo, man, tell you got 5 cents, bro, and let's make a play. That's money to be made. Like, see what's going on. He like, all right. He was like, I'm gonna holler at her tomorrow. So we like, bet. So tomorrow roll around. You know what I mean? Tomorrow roll around. I started noticing kind of like the red team members, they watching, bro. You know what I mean? So we had red team members in the block. You know what I mean? I seen them, they watching, bro. They watching, bro. I'm talking like every time I look up, they watching his every move. You know what I mean? So I see it, I pin it. And I'm like, yo, I tell my man, I'm like, yo, hey, look, go tell Nate don't pull up on that lady if she come in the pod. I said, because these niggas watching her. You know what I mean? So it was a couple of red team members. It was more than a couple, but these particular red team members was in the dude Blaze set. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, tell bro don't pull up on the lady. You know what I mean? When she come in this joint. So bro went over there gradually hollering at Nate, whispered in his ear, get on the plate. Nate looked down, I'm like, then he looked up at me, I'm like, and I looked across the tier at the niggas over there, because the niggas over there, like they stopped paying attention when we was doing all that. And I did like this, and he looked over the tier, he seen it was the red team members over there. He was like, I went back and said, you know what I mean, he come in and said, I'm like, yo, bro, listen, them dudes, the red team members watching you, bro. I was like, they watching you, bro. I said, look, holler at her when they call child. I said, when they call child, that's when you holler at her, shoot your shot, let her know about that shit, you know what I mean? He was like, all right. So I got down, waited. I was like, I ain't going to child, you know what I mean? I kind of want to know the news to this. So I didn't see how he played it off. I didn't see how, you know what I mean? I gave him the count of what you're supposed to do. I told him, you know what I mean? All I know is this. The nigga got come back. When he come back from the child, when you can hear the noise of the child, people coming back from child, the door open up. I come out, I look, I see everybody rushing back in. I see my man, and my man like, hey, Weezy. So I see all the controversy. I see the red team members coming in and out of joint. I'm like, come down the steps. I'm like, get down the steps. I'm like, what's up, bro? He was like, man, that's my word. He was trying to fight Nate in the child hall. I was like, for what? He was like, man, you know what for, bro. He was like, man, look, dude's coming in like, yo, what's up? What's up? Like, yo, hold. I'm trying to like, he like, I'm like, hold on. He was like, no, what's up, man? I was like, man, that's a fair one, bro. He was like, I'm trying to fair one him. That's what I'm trying to do. He the one made a scene in the child also. The red team member like a little bit bigger than Nate, but Nate gotta be a man because this what comes with this life. If you want to be a dude that's sitting around all day talking to female COs, man, this is the other side of the coin right here, man. You got to deal with these psychos, man. So you got to have a backbone some type of way, man, because everybody I have seen in prison that mess with these ladies, man, that don't have backbones, it never works out smooth, y'all. So boom, it always turns out crazy, man. So right here, like, we got his back. Ain't nobody gonna bank you, bro. But you gotta fight, man. You gotta fight. I looked at him, he was like, Nate was like, they just hating on me, Weezy. I'm like, nah, bro, listen, bro, you gotta fight, bro. You gotta fight, bro. What's up, bro? You gotta fight. You gotta fight, bro. Dude from this city pull up, what's up? I'm like, nah, I was like, they say he trying to fight, dude, bro. Tell me he gotta fight. He like, yeah, Nate, you gotta fight, Nate. What the hell you ain't trying to fight? Nate was like, I'll fight him. Nate went to his cell. Nate slept under us. Like, he was in one of them joints downstairs. Like, as soon as you come in, he go to his cell. Like, yeah, go ahead, bro. Yeah, clear that shit out. Get all that shit right, bro. Get your shit together. Like, all right, he gonna fight. Yeah, he gonna fight. He gonna fight, bro. You know what I mean? He gonna fight. Y'all chill out. So they all in there. All right. Dude from the red team like, yeah, I'm waiting on this. Yeah, lying ass nigga. Yeah, I've been waiting on this shit. Nigga, fuck. I'm like, damn. Like these niggas, I know they know the count. You know what I mean? He like, motherfuckers, dude, snapping out. Being that jump, Nate in that jump, taking his sweet time. I'm like, yo, bro, hurry up, bro. Move the boxes, move your TV. Come on, bro. He was like, nigga, move that shit out the way. Nigga, all right, you ready? I'm like, all right. Niggas come to the door. Goddamn, I look. And then Nate was in the back like, that shit ain't even look right. He was like, this word, nigga, open the door, go ahead. Dude going and jump for the red team. I start looking, I'm like, man, dude, when I say dude was all over Nate ass, man, he was all over Nate, man. That jump was like this. He was like, Every time Nate tried to stand up, he was like, yeah. Man, he was boxing Nate's head off in that bitch. I'm like, then he got Nate's ass. Next thing you know, I seen Nate feet in the air. Boom! He slammed his shot in there. I was like, oh shit. I was like, all right, man. That's it, y'all. That's it, man. That's it right there, man. Come on, man. He was like, fuck around there. That's it, bro. You got it, bro. Nate was fucked up. I'm like, damn, man, what the fuck? Dude was dipped out. We stay in the cell, my homeboy at the door, like, he just shaking his head. I'm like, damn, man, Nate just got drugged. I said, yo, you all right, man? He like, man, them niggas just hating on me, bro. I don't even go say nothing to the lady right now. He was like, he spit some blood on the floor. He was like, them motherfuckers just hating on me, Weezy. They just fucking hating on me. I was like, oh, bro, what the fuck? I said, this is all over talking to the lady, bro? He was like, yeah, bro. He was like, man, see? She said, that's the part about him she don't like. He jealous and he in that gang shit. She said, that's what, he kept spitting out blood. I was like, yo, bro, go wash your mouth out, bro. I was like, God damn, he got on you. Like, I sat on his bed. I'm like, damn, bro. I was like, man, I felt bad. But you gotta be a man, y'all. This was one-on-one combat right here, man. Whether you win or lose, like, you stand up for yourself, man. That's how this shit go in penitentiary, man. So, like that's the type of inspiration I'm trying to pump into his blood cells. You know what I mean? He go to the mirror, he like, shit crazy, Weezy, man. Yeah, fuck these niggas, man. Yeah, fuck that shit, nigga. Fuck that. These niggas wanna play rough, Weezy. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I can't fight, nigga. Yeah, watch this shit, though. Watch what the fuck I do. Watch what the fuck I do. I know what the fuck they do. Fuck this shit. I'm like, yo, bro, what the fuck is you talking about, bro? He was like, man, fuck this shit, Weezy. Man, fuck this shit, nigga. Fuck it. I was like, bro, listen. Calm down, man, because right now you talking stupid. You talking stupid right now. He was like, man, Weezy, look at my face.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.